Welcome back to the Montecarlo Country Club. Well, this event played in the shadow of the passing of His Serene Highness Prince Rainier. And of course, perhaps this tennis event adding a bit of light. The flags flying at half-mast in his honor. Of course, the Grimaldi family has always been a passionate supporter of the tennis. In fact, it was with their blessing that the matches were even conducted this afternoon, scheduled around the state funeral.
Yeah, they were originally scheduled to start at 11:30 today, pushed back till 2:30.
And it really even affected the players' preparation for the match. As you mentioned, that Federer had to change his schedule, leaving the hotel.
Exactly, because the streets were closed. He left the hotel at something like 9 o'clock this morning.
Well, important moments for the youngster to try and establish himself here in this second set. It's a long road back, but certainly not an insurmountable way. An absolutely breathtaking backhand. And this is the future ahead of this young man. Boy, can he do some wonderful things on a tennis court.
Yeah. And this backhand, you know, there are a lot of players with graceful, fluid backhands, consistent, but very few of them rip it like he does.
Oh, yes. Well, that is tantalizing play. Needed to be sharp. Federer playing some solid defense. So Gasquet does get on the board in the second set with his serve.
Yeah, and I love the way he slid into that low volley. Perfect balance. Okay, what is this going to show us?
A little difference between the top spin bounce and the slice. Slice staying a little bit lower.
You're a genius.
Thank you very much.
I couldn't have figured that one.
Well, that's what I'm trained to do. Of course, that slice must have been difficult for you with your height, 6 feet 5 inches.
And my inability to hit it.
That too. Oh. Well, Gasquet is lighting it up.
He certainly is. We saw him hit this shot several times yesterday.
Yeah, it's a good first serve. Well, you mentioned the racket technology, how it's changed, and Guillermo Vilas, 3 times a champion here, he said you can fly to the moon with the rackets they have today. But I get the feeling that Gasquet has such great timing and great hands that he could play with a conventional racket and still produce the same kind of tennis.
Yeah, and the same for Federer.
I mean, Federer's racket is relatively conventional in its styling, its thickness. It reminiscent of Pete Sampras's old model,
if not the same.
Oh, yes. Well, perhaps this is when he's most dangerous. He's lost the set. The pressure's off, and he's just going for his shots, and right now he's not making any mistakes. I mean, look at that from the baseline.
Yeah, yesterday against Davydenko, Gasquet reeled off 6 or 7 games in a row. And he's in a similar vein of form now. Oh, come on! Look at that return. He was about 4 feet inside the baseline.
Well, this clearly is a very special player.
Okay, Richard, break point. I want you to get the return in play. Just chip it back. Don't worry. You know, put the pressure on the guy. Get every ball in play, okay? Yes, coach.
Well, Gasquet was in this situation in the opening set. He had a 4-3 lead, a break of serve, and lost his serve in about 20 seconds. Federer reeling off 4 straight points, and here he is now at love 15.
Whoa. Whoa. The angle that Gasquet got on this forehand was incredible. The margin for error was minute. Passed over the net by about half an inch and on the sideline. That's what would happen to your finger if you touch this guy right now.
Yeah, he is on fire. Well, that's his style of play, going after his shots. 30-15 point. Now 30-all. This time it's Federer taking advantage of the return of serve. And again, these guys doing a very good job of recognizing even the smallest opportunity to make something good happen. Well, Gasquet unable to hang on to the advantage again, even on serve in the second. Beautiful setting here in Montecarlo. The Rock, as it is affectionately known. And here is Roger Federer serving at 1-2 in the second set. And holding up new tennis balls. No, and again, Gasquet doing so well, keeping his shots very deep in the court, and Federer not able to really do much with it. Well, it would have been a difficult volley for Federer, but it found the net.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do if your opponent is hitting the ball hard and deep on a clay court. You really just have to bide your time, hit a few slices, change the rhythm up, try to put him off his rhythm.
Oh, well, that's the kind of shot that just makes your jaw drop.
Yeah, and Gasquet clearly anticipating a down-the-line forehand.
It was just a remarkable shot, but 15-30 would have been down 2 break points. Instead, he's back with a little safety at 30 love, or excuse me, 30 all.
Gasquet was going to take that second serve and come in behind the return. Federer perhaps sensing that, served and volley. Good play. Well, you can get away with it once, but don't try it twice against me, Raj.
Or Mr. Federer.
Yeah.
Just grabbing a piece of the line.
He's in a match. No questioning that.
Well, Federer. The forehand betrays him. And Gasquet break advantage here in the second. And Federer, who in 2004 was the #1 player in the ATP Tour on service games won. No player won more service games than Roger Federer. Today, he's dropped his serve on 3 occasions. Does that surprise you?
Yes, it does. It surprises me anytime he drops his serve.
Obviously, on a clay court, you may surrender your serve a little more occasionally than on a hard or grass.
Yeah, he's a little flustered. Annoyed with the crowd, not settling down. That's why it's so difficult to put together a run as Federer has. Because when you get tired, just stuff happens. And people annoy you, and it's difficult to be in the right frame of mind every single day.
Well, he hit it well. And I believe the net cord may have just carried it into the alley.
Look at that one on the edge of the sideline.
Well, each time Gasquet has had the break advantage, Federer has broken right back in the next game. Well, we've talked about Federer's remarkable skills creating shots. That time he was defending on the stretch, able to come up with enough to win him the point.
And he hits that forehand so well. Some players only hit their forehand well backing into the shot. Federer can go either way. Got tangled up there.
Yes, and Gasquet is able to finish. So finally, he underlines the break. He's up 4-1. Well, Roger Federer has made his way to the quarterfinals here in Montecarlo, but it has not been an easy road. A three-setter against Fernando Gonzalez in Chile, and here he is in a dogfight now with Richard Gasquet, the 18-year-old teenager from France. And this is not the cool, calculated Federer we've seen before. He seems to be a little bit moody, a little temperamental today. Even edgy, if you will. We'll see how he handles this deficit. 1-4 serving. Well, Peter, you've not only played against the greatest champions, throughout the years. John McEnroe's partner. What qualities make the greatest champions? One or two top, most important quality.
Well, most guys move well. Although there have been some great players who moved only average. But really, more than anything else, the thing that sets them apart are intangibles. Their ability to conceive of what they want to do, Pardon C. Chopin. Their ability to conceive what they want to do, but also just an incredible belief in their abilities. No matter what, I'm going to figure out a way to get the job done. Roger Federer has that quality in spades.
Federer employing the drop shot himself.
And it's an unwavering belief, really, regardless of how poorly they're playing. They just somehow figure almost through the strength of their will, they're going to make something happen.
And you probably saw no better example of that than John McEnroe, who, when he had his bad days, willed himself through matches.
Absolutely. Watching him, it was clear that you could win a match either by playing better than your opponent or making him play worse than you. And he was a master at that. There is a battle of wills out here. It's almost a boxing match without the physical danger. And you can affect your opponent's performance. If Federer's got any tricks up his sleeve, I have a feeling we'll see them now.
Oh, yes. What a half volley.
And this is a telling time in this match. This will tell us a real exciting time from a purist perspective. Is Richard Gasquet ready in his own mind to challenge Roger Federer? There's more than am I ready? Am I ready now to take this guy on toe to toe?
Federer was there in plenty of time. Missed the forehand.
I think Gasquet inquiring whether the umpire heard a let. No.
Well, we saw Federer display his temper in Miami when he threw down his racket. Just sense that he is simmering a bit. So still a point to get to 5-2. Gasquet holds on. He leads 5-2. Well, this crowd here at the Montecarlo Country Club really enjoying something special. The emergence of a young star. 18-year-old teenager, Richard Gasquet, making an impression here on the world number one, up 5-2 in the second set. Federer grabbed the first set in a tiebreak. And this is captivating stuff.
Federer is struggling with his patience right now. And that perhaps is the biggest reason why. Because when Federer just dumps the ball back in the court, as he can do against most players, Gasquet is just ripping it down the line, cross court, taking control of the rallies. Not many players that can do that against Raj.
That was, I mean, what do you say about that? How did he make this play?
Exactly. He ripped it off the net cord. Come on, I could get that one in my sleep.
That's an easy volley. Watch this. Well, that's what Federer is having to do to win points. This guy Gasquet is getting it going. Oh!
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, two consecutive amazing points, but this time it's Gasquet who comes up with a miracle shot.
And, you know, to hit shots like that, like those last two shots, one each, you must be so relaxed. Otherwise, you won't react quickly enough. Set point.
Oh! What a finish! Gasquet steals the second set, one set, to see which man will go through.